How do you feel after confession? Are you relieved? Are you grateful to Christ? Or are you unmoved by the sacrament? What do you think Padre Pio did with a man who had not been to confession for 35 years? Continue watching to find out. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Following Padre Pio, about the Capuchin monk, mystic and miracle worker whose intercession is still very powerful and active today. We publish videos 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, so follow us to find out more about the life of this fascinating saint, and you will be amazed at what Padre Pio can do for you, a family member or a friend. Does it seem to you that people enter the confessional kind of tense, nervous? Which is understandable if we take into account their guilty conscience. I probably look quite anxious in those moments as well. But after leaving the confessional, they still seem concerned, as if their state had not been changed. Well, today's story is about a man who, having just confessed, came out of the confessional and decided to share his experience with everyone present, right there and then, in front of Padre Pio's confessional. He was beside himself with joy, gesticulating, talking loudly, looking like an actor excited to play a role in front of an improvised hall. "My people," he said, "listen to what happened to me. I haven't set foot in a church for 35 years. I didn't want to know anything about God, Our Lady, or the saints. I lived a life of hell. It's true, I lived like a prisoner. One day, a lady suggested this to me. How about you go to San Giovanni Rotondo and talk to Padre Pio? I guarantee you would come to your senses at some point in this blasphemous life of yours." I found that funny. If you think I'm an easy bite for your priest to swallow, if you think he can catch me as easy like the others, you're wrong, I answered. But deep down, the idea bothered me. It pierced me, like a drill drilling a stone. Finally, I said to myself, after all, why not try? It's the best way to get rid of this nagging idea. Well, folks, I got here last night, and I, who do not give up my comfort for anything, could neither swallow dinner nor sleep well. I spent the night thinking about my sins. I've never seen them up close. It was a real presentation. I was drenched in sweat. Around 2 in the morning, alarm clocks started ringing around me. I heard their high-pitched sounds from the neighboring rooms. What could I do? I got up by force like everyone else. Dazed from sleep and sputtering profanities, I went to church. I waited a bit with the others in front of the door, and then I went in with them. I attended Padre Pio's Mass. What a Mass! But I defended myself by covering my ears, as not to hear the words, but to no avail. I noticed that I was starting to lose ground. The prayers I heard seemed to explode in my head, and I uttered the words like an automaton. I don't even know how I found myself in the sacristy after Mass. I wanted to see the priest up close, him and his wounds. He approached me and asked, "Do you feel God's hand on your head?" "Father, I want to confess," was all I managed to stammer. "Come then." I knelt down, but my head was empty as a pot. I tried hard, but I couldn't think of a single sin. I saw them all together like a sort of slime, but not one by one as I seen them during the night. Where do I start? Seeing that I put my hands on my legs, the priest encouraged me, "Be brave, son. Why are you so worried? Didn't you already tell me everything during Mass? Let's go." He himself began to list my sins, one by one, all of them, even the ones I forgot. I just had to say yes. In the end, he gave me absolution. Now I feel light as a child, free, free. "Thanks be to our Heavenly Mother," said the priest to me on my way out. Dear people, I am telling you this so that you can thank God with me. End of story. Every confession is a victory for Christ, and is therefore a reason to rejoice. This man's behavior right after confession might have been somewhat theatrical, but it was in celebration of Christ's victory over sin. But let's take advantage of this marvelous story to ask the following question. What is necessary to make a good confession? To make a good confession, we must recognize sins and do a good examination of conscience. Be sincerely sorry for sins committed because they offended God. Be firmly resolved to sin no more. Confess your sins to your confessor, stating them sincerely, clearly, and briefly, according to their type and the approximate number of times you have committed them. Make amends for the harm done by doing the penance that the confessor indicates. Give thanks, thanking the goodness of God who has forgiven us our faults. These then are all the necessary conditions for a good confession. Each one of us has the responsibility of fulfilling them one by one if we want to confess well and receive the forgiveness that God has generously granted us. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe, click the reminder bell, and share with your friends to help promote our channel. But the best way to get involved in our Padre Pio apostolate is to enroll your Mass intentions for next Friday's Padre Pio Holy Mass. Just click the link in the description below. I'd also like to take a moment to thank the members of our Protected Children of Padre Pio program for your financial help and support. You are the ones making these videos possible for everyone. May Our Lady and Padre Pio reward you abundantly. If you're not a member of this special program, but you would like to be, then just click the link in the description below to find out more. Check out the videos on the end screen and stay tuned for the next video on the life of Padre Pio.